Hey, everybody. We are live right now with Claudio Sanchez from Coheed and Cambria. Man, thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and absolutely. And joining you today is Chandra, your wife, and thank you so much, both of you.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah, so we're going to hear two songs from The Unheavenly Creatures, which is out right now on Roadrunner. We're going to hear a cover as well, which I'm not going to spoil the surprise at all. But we'll let you guys introduce those. Can you tell us what's coming up first?
First, we're going to do the Gutter. It's basically, well, Chandra, you said something really nice about the Gutter before, so why don't you tell us what that song's about?
I will tell you what the song's about. So the Gutter is essentially a song about, finding redemption in a relationship that seems otherwise kind of lost and hopeless.
That's why I married her.
Yeah. Yes. This is your redemption.
Okay.
Over my dead body, these stars will let you know it's over. Now if I had my way, I would leave you here to waste your final days buried beneath. Oh, please rest assured, this was not my fault, and time is getting short. So I'll be here if you want me. Oh, my darling, can you hear my words so pure they burn your lying ears? And so the story goes, when I leave, will you let me go? Oh, when the words stop coming and the fear starts setting in slow. Oh, don't let me find you hiding under the covers. It's your chance, honey, better call your mother. All hope is lost down in the gutter. Down in the gutter. When you're in your bed, sleeping toward a void so deep it feels like death. Oh, don't you ache. Oh, my love, I hear life holds nothing for us beyond our time in here. So don't you dare turn your back on me. And so the story goes, when I leave, will you let me go? Oh, when the words stop coming and the fear starts setting in slow. Oh, don't let me find you hiding under the covers. It's your chance, honey, better call your mother. All hope is lost down in the gutter. Baby, over my dead body. Baby, over my dead body. Dead body. We'll keep counting on you. We'll keep counting on you. Mother, come on out, show me what the world is all about. And we'll keep counting on you. Mother, come on out, show me what the world is all about. And we'll keep fighting for you. We'll keep fighting for you. We'll keep fighting for you. We'll keep fighting. And so the story goes, when I leave, will you let me go home? When the words stop coming and the start setting in slow. Oh, don't let me find you hiding under the covers. It's your chance, honey, better call your mother. All hope is lost. Down in the gutter.
Not to mention, it's uplifting too.
Dude, I stepped out right when you guys started sound checking when you got here because my mom called and I talked to my mom for a little while and I came back in. Like, call your mother. It's like, oh, and I just did that. All hope is lost. It was like, oh, right. That turned quickly. And it's a beautiful song. It's an absolutely beautiful song. My call with my mom ended with I love yous and all that shit. And like, it was a good and nice call. And I enjoyed your song very much. Can we talk a little bit about the decision to, I mean, this epic saga of a concept record that have spanned most of the albums of your band's career, stepping away from it for an album and then continuing right into it? Can we talk about having stepped away and then come right back to tell the story still?
Yeah. I stepped away with the previous album, The Color Before the Sun, because Chandra and I were having our first child, Atlas. And at that moment in time, all of the Coheed records have been engulfed in this big epic science fiction. And I thought, this is a moment in my life that, I feel like deserves being tributed in a record, that isn't disguised in science fiction, and that's sort of why we did that why I wrote The Color Before the Sun the way I did. And without the concept, was to really just have like a time capsule of these feelings of becoming a dad. I thought that was really important to just, again, to tribute that, and then coming back to the Amory Wars, which is the concept that sort of counterparts to all the Coheed records. He inspired that. I mean, the character of Vaxis is very much based after our son Atlas, and the characters of Creature and Sister Spider, I believe, certainly mirror Chandra and I and the things we have, go through now being new parents, navigating a world with our son. So, all the Coheed records, though they do have this concept around them, they are all rooted in very real emotions, very real trials that, from back then that I may have experienced alone, but now as we go further, as Chandra and I experience together. So Does that answer the question?
Dude, that very comprehensively answers that question. Yeah. And I've got a follow-up too. Can we talk a little bit about, talking about navigating stuff together and doing stuff together, can we talk about that companion piece to the box set of this record too, the graphic novel that you wrote together? It's illustrated by Chase Stone, I believe, but
Yes.
you guys wrote it together. Can we talk about that companion piece?
Yeah, well, so Chandra and I, we co-author all the Amory Wars comic books together. Well, the first few before Chandra and I were, I don't know what I'm talking about, but the first two before I met Chandra, or but anyway, we are co-authors of them. Moving forward,
Now.
and Vaxis, Vaxis is actually the first part of a pentology. It's that is actually less of a comic book and more of an illustrated prose novel or prose short story. But yeah, it just sort of tells, in more detail what is actually happening within the songs that you're listening to on the record. But for the most part, it definitely falls within the Amory Wars, and and as we reveal the subsequent stories, the fans that have sort of embraced all of the mythology will start to learn where this story sort of fits in the timeline. But at the moment, this first record is really just introducing us to the characters and the possibility of a son that they have in the future and how he's communicating to them from that future. So they're going to discover him as the records go forward and things like that. So.
Nice, cool. Well, man, thank you for coming by and sharing this with us today. Everyone, we've got a great audience right now. There's a ton of people tuned in who I'm sure will very much stay tuned for the that record and the book and Unheavenly Creatures, which is out right now. Can you tell us? The internet is on the edges of their seat trying to figure out what cover is going to be played. Are you going to do one more off of Unheavenly Creatures? Where are you guys headed next?
We're going to do the cover.
Okay.
So the cover is Englishman in New York, and I brought this cover up a lot in interviews because when I was growing up, it was a song my dad played a lot as I was growing up, and it just sparked a lot of imagination for me, because at the time I was so young, I didn't really understand what he meant by being an alien, so I really thought that this was a literal extraterrestrial singing a song about walking around New York, you know what I mean? So to me it was one of those things that I think is clearly rooted in the DNA of what Coheed and Cambria became. And so yeah, it's Englishman in New York.
Right.
Here we go.
You ready?
I don't drink coffee, I take tea, my dear. I like my toast on one side, and you can hear it in my accent when I talk. I'm an Englishman in New York. See me walking down Fifth Avenue, walking cane here at my side. I take it everywhere I walk. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. If manners maketh man, as someone said, then he's the hero of the day. It takes a man to suffer ignorance and smile, so be yourself, no matter what they say. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Modesty, propriety can lead to notoriety. You could end up as as the only one. A gentleness, sobriety, all rare in this society, and not a candle's brighter than the sun. Takes more than combat gear to make a man. Takes more than a license for a gun. Confront your enemies, avoid them when you can. A gentleman will walk but never run. If manners maketh man, as someone said, then he's the hero of the day. It takes a man to suffer ignorance and smile. So be yourself, no matter what they say. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Whoa, I'm an alien, I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien, I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien, I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien, I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York.
The end,
Wow. Man, that sounds good. How are your hands?
Yeah, it's funny. We started working on this song about a week ago, and I've had this blister like just chilling on my finger, and it's just, you know what I mean?
Like,
it's like I'm like waiting
pop?
for it to just like pop and goo on the guitar, and
Man, well,
For good
your
try.
pain was worth it for me. I enjoyed it very much. Yeah, it's just like everything, the percussive nature of the instrument
Oh,
is
right on.
just so even more important than the melodic nature of it. I mean, for every reason I like Bo Diddley, I like that.
oh, right on.
Yeah, man, sounds great.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, can we talk a little bit about the production of this album? The Unheavenly Creatures, you guys decided to maybe take more control than would be afforded if you had worked with an outside producer. Can you talk a little bit about the control that afforded, but also the, massive increase in workload, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the Coheed records, before we actually get in the studio and record them, I do, I demo a lot of the material. So a lot of the songs are sort of there, and we've noticed, then when we've gotten into the studio and we've actually worked these things out with the producer, sometimes the songs never really changed all that drastically. So we thought, this being a new story in the concept, it's the beginning of something really, really cool. We thought, well, why not like share that experience as a band and go do something different, and this time take the reins of the production duties of the record. So, I think we've always really had a hand in it. Sometimes it's a little difficult, when you're the band. It's, how do I say this without being a jerk? But there's so much involved in what Coheed does with the concept. Sometimes when you express that to somebody from the outside, you feel kind of silly. Like maybe they're just kind of ingesting it because they have to, because the paycheck says so, And for us, it's like, I didn't want to have on this record, I didn't want to have somebody's part-time involved in our full-time. Like, we really believe in what we do as a band. And I thought, well, then who better to spearhead this project than us, and that's kind of why we chose to do it. And we had a lot of fun, and our engineer Chris Bittner has been a friend of ours, and has been worked on Coheed records in the past, and we just had a really nice chemistry with him, and we thought that was the perfect place to do it. Basically, kind of return home. Most of the records we've done in Woodstock, New York, and he's the engineer on some of them, so. That's really kind of it. I mean, I thought that, we're all very creative as members of Coheed and Cambria, and I thought, like, let's listen to each other as opposed to somebody else,
Cool. Well, I'm glad you guys made that decision and had that experience. It sounds like an awesome experience of having put this record together, and one that's going to get shared with a ton of people. So you're headed out to Europe pretty soon. You're going to be in Europe for end of April, early May, and then the Unheavenly Sky tour starts with Mastodon. That starts on May 28th in Louisville. You've got June 7th, the Ford Amphitheater, that's back here in New York, and June 29th at the Greek in LA. There's a ton of dates there. They're all up at coheedandcambria.com and everywhere you would expect to find tour dates. And so hopefully every of the ton of people who are watching this right now, that they are going to be able to come out and see live as well. Can you tell us what you guys are going to do third off of the record?
Third is the album closer. It's called Lucky Stars. I wrote that. The song is really a song to my wife, but because clearly it's a love song. But there, I do have another set of wives, and that's the guys in the band. And I think, it's just we I think it's this like circle of I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say, but it's like we've made one of the sentiments in the song is just about how many mistakes we've sort of made, but yet we're still sort of here, and I think that rings very true to both my relationship with my wife and also my relationship with my friends, so yeah, it's Lucky Stars. Man, you could tell I'm nervous, right?
No, not at all.
I'm the worst.
This could be the biggest mistake we make in this life. Chasing as we try to compete for each other's time. In the world we locked ourselves inside, in space to keep us safe from all to see. They can't hide you from me. Thank your lucky stars that we can call this ours. We've had some bad ideas, yet we're still here in this life worth dreaming. I can be your heart, be your soul. Just don't let me off easy. Don't you let me go. Thank your lucky stars that we can call this ours. A lovely mess we find ourselves in. We braved it so bold. Quietly we dance through the heat, your hand as I hold. But their warnings left us no concern as we swallowed the truth whole on original. We're losing control. Thank your lucky stars that we can call this ours. We've had some bad ideas, yet we're still here in this life worth dreaming up. I can be your heart, be your soul. Just don't let me off easy. Don't you let me go. Thank your lucky stars that we can call this ours. We can call these ours. Remember all the ghosts that you left them with. Remember all the ghosts that you left them with. Remember all the ghosts that you left them with. Don't pick them up, don't pick them up, don't pick them up. Thank your lucky stars. We can call these ours. We've had some bad ideas, yet we're still here in this life worth dreaming. I can be your heart, be your soul. Just don't let me off easy. Don't you let me go. Thank your lucky stars. Thank your lucky stars. Thank your lucky stars. Thank your lucky stars. Thank your lucky stars.
All right, Claudio, thank you so much. Chandra, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And tour safely. There's a ton of dates up at coheedandcambria.com. And best of luck on the album as well. And there's a box set that goes along with it. There's a ton of stuff in it. There's the book that you wrote together. There's a mask in it. There's all kinds of stuff in it. So please take a look at that. All the details are up at the website. And man, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Cool.